Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dead Men Talking. It's our Saturday Last of Us show, and yes, don't adjust your channels, don't check your vision. There's three of us here today. Joining us for a special Saturday, Dr. Raphael Penguin, aka Kendango. What's going on, Kenny? How you doing today, brother?
What's going on? What's going on? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Happy to be here. Haven't been here to talk the show with my boys, so I'm happy to be able to be here this week because I'm ready to just, talk about dead people, and people that should be dead, that's I'm down with that. I'm down with this right now.
Don't make me laugh, Dick. All right. Jesus. Also joining us today, as your Saturday co-host, he is Main Event Mike Champa. Mike, buddy, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing well, brother. It's always good when all three of us can get on here. Can he escape work? Yeah, he escaped work to talk about some fucking zombies with us. And
yes, cookies, I'm here.
As always.
What's good, Cookie? What's good, Daddy? What up, Tito?
Shout out to Tito. Shout out to Cookies. And shout out to everybody who's tuning in with us. Not only on Saturdays, but every day. Thank you.
Shout out to Duncan on this good ass coffee. Duncan sponsors us.
Shout out to that's V8, but honestly, fuck V8. We got. So I'm glad you're able to join us here, Kenny. This is again, I told Mike last week. This is a season I was really interested in hearing your opinions on.
Boy,
being a girl dad, and we talked before, I think last season, about how whether what Joel did was right or wrong, how you absolutely would have done the same thing.
500%, without thinking twice, without even. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. As a parent, the minute you become a parent and you love your child and you realize you will do anything for your child, the first thing that comes to your mind is you and your child against the world. Fuck the world. It's them against us, baby. And I got nothing but girls. So I'm definitely, you know what, baby? Daddy is here. It's us against the world, babies. We ain't gonna take nothing from nobody, and I'm gonna be right here by your side every step of the way. And I don't fault Joel for doing anything that he did when it came down to saving Ellie. Like, I understand where Abby is coming from, shooting the doctor. Like, doctor technically, like, that's my thing. This was an experiment that they actually did not know if it was going to work. Okay? So there was no guarantee that killing this poor girl was a guarantee that the world was going to be saved. Not to say that would have changed my judgment on what I would do. I'm still grabbing my daughter. But technically, this doctor is committing murder himself. He's not as innocent in all of this as everybody makes him to seem. He's experimenting on this young girl. We think about, when we go back and look in history about how a lot of modern medicine is now and the roots that they came from, we don't sit there and look at those doctors and say, oh, they were groundbreaking. We have a tendency to call them monsters for the experiments they were trying on people to get to the point that we are now. Low key, this doctor is no different. He technically is a monster. He's experimenting on Ellie because he doesn't know for sure if them ripping her and dissecting her apart is going to work. So in that aspect, you damn right you catching this bullet in your fucking brain and spilling on the floor. You're damn right. and everybody's like, oh, he didn't have to kill a doctor. Yes, he did. Because you know why? If that doctor would have survived, that whole colony would have also survived, and it would have continued looking for Ellie to still do the same procedure. He technically killing that doctor cut the head off the snake.
Because there's a reason that she didn't tell everybody. Not everybody knows that she's immune. That's something
Right.
they said in like the first episode, I think, of this season was her screaming at the top of her lungs with Tommy, "I'm immune," and he's like, "Will you shut the fuck up?"
Right.
That's not something I needs to know. So they're still keeping that a secret, even in their own colony.
Right.
So, yeah.
If that doctor would have lived, he'd have still known about this little girl, and he'd have been like, "We need this little girl to try to save this. I need her blood." Like, it's the same thing as the concept in what was it? Underworld, when they were trying to mix the werewolf and the vampire blood, and they were looking for the Corvinus gene. She's the fucking Corvinus gene. They'd have been hunting her down forever until they got what they needed from her.
Yeah. Yeah. Before we get into it, baddie, cookies. There was a round of firings yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll probably get into that Monday. But yeah, Jakara, they broke up one of the best tag teams they had for no damn reason. That's probably the one I'm most upset about over anybody else is Jakara being fired. That's just a ton of potential left off the table for no reason.
Yeah, I brought that up. I brought that up during this week.
Shayna got canned too, and I feel so bad for Shayna because it's like NXT, she was the shit, and then the minute she came up, they forgot all about everything she did in NXT.
Yeah. They never gave Shayna the respect and time she deserved on that main roster. It's a shame, but a lot of those people, and a lot of them are women. They fired a lot of women after they just introduced 3 fucking mid-card belts for that division.
What was the purpose of rehiring Braun to fire him 3 months later?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And Braun just like put over Jacob Fatu in a great ass feud. You know, like I guess that's what they like.
I know what it
everything
was.
Out of him, and that was
Braun said, "I'll come back just long enough to pay for my hair plug payments. Once I'm finished with these payments, I'm out of here."
Might be it. Dakota's a whole other. Dakota. I don't know why they didn't put that belt on Dakota. That IC championship. That's another thing of them like just not seeing what fans feel because fans wanted Dakota to win that shit. So we'll get into it on Monday. But yeah, it's a whole lot of. I didn't watch SmackDown last night. I didn't feel like it. I saw that stuff and it kind of pissed me off. And I was like, I don't want to watch wrestling right now. I'm not doing
What's going on, Dolores? What's going on, Kanisha?
What's going on, y'all? So yeah, we'll get into the hopefully they're done. Hopefully the firings are over because you never really know with them. But we'll get into that on Monday. But yeah, Jakara being gone is what a fucking waste. What a waste. But yeah, let's get into episode 3. Episode 3, The Path. So at the end of episode 2, Abby and her group managed to kill Joel.
Nah, they didn't. Yeah, they beat the bricks off this motherfucker, then stabbed him in the neck.
Mm-hmm.
That's more than just kill.
It was. I showed Mike last week, Kenny, the game footage of what happens, and again, they're very close to it. Like I told you during our season 1 reviews.
Yeah,
HBO has done a very good job of when they want to show you something from the game, it is fucking beat for beat for the most part. And that was, yeah, it was harsh to see it back then. It's harsh to see it when they redid it, and it made me. I wanted to look at how the reaction of that moment changed because when it happened in the game. People boycotted. They returned the game. They sent death threats to the actress that played Abby, which me and Mike harped on for like 30 minutes last week. A lot of dumb, ignorant bullshit. This time, I think it's handled better, and people are appreciating it more because it's a show. I think it just comes off better as a TV show on a network where
they're known for killing big characters.
Yeah, you're expecting something big. So like I think you said like I've been waiting on Joel to die for like since the end of the last season. Like you're kind of you thought that was going to happen at the end of the last season. Whereas if it's when it's the game and you think you're going to be playing as Joel the whole damn time and he's killed off, you might think you got ripped off. But the way people reacted to it this time, I think is a lot better. People are still weird online because assholes are assholes. Going after Bella Ramsey for just not people like either don't find her conventionally attractive, which is a weird thing to be upset about. They don't think she's pretty enough or whatever. And then the thing I can understand is like, well, can she carry this show that was originally Pedro Pascal carrying this show? And we're going to find out. And this was the first real dip of the toe in that question. And no Joel this episode. What did y'all think of Ellie being the official main character going forward?
I mean, at this point, like I said in the chat, the infected are a backstory. The infected are a backstory. The main story is Ellie getting revenge. So because now, at least in my mind, the plot has twisted to that, I'm only looking at the show in that regards, and so far, I'm liking it. So far, I'm liking it because so far we've seen in this one episode, we saw a range of immature Ellie to mature Ellie by the end of the episode. Immature Ellie when she was trying to get out the hospital and just saying whatever answers the psychiatrist wants to hear. Yes, oh, I feel bad because this, the sarcastic, immature little Ellie. And then by the end of the episode, towards the end of the episode, you see mature Ellie, the way she actually thought about what this kid said and was like, yo, you need to think and write down your response. And she actually did and wrote down a thoughtful, heartfelt, argument. So the fact that you see the maturity level and how she was able to quickly mature from snotty-nosed brat, well, you know what? Part of her having that attitude that she had was she technically believes she's invincible. Like the worst thing out there for all of them is to be bitten by the infected, and it won't hurt her. So technically, in her mind, she's invincible, which is why she's so eager to get out there to learn to shoot, to learn how to fight, to learn how to do this and this and this and that. Because in her mind, she's invincible. So it played into her immaturity because when you feel you're invincible, you feel you're cocky. You know what I mean? You're cocky. And when you're cocky, you're usually immature. And Joel dying put that into perspective that maybe she's not invincible.
Yeah, and that is, again, that's a feeling she had at the beginning of this season. That she's very. That's something they've gone to her before. When they go out on patrols and she does shit like chase that infected into that building that could have killed her, but she got bit and it wasn't a problem for her. If it was anybody else, they'd be fucked. She did have this sense of, I can't be killed, and reality's hitting her in the face. This episode starts off with Tommy in the morgue cleaning Joel's body. You see the broken watch. You see there's blood all over his hands, and he's just trying to wash him up. He opens up he pulls up the thing and looks at his face one last time, puts it back, and he just says, you can go through with Sarah now. It's okay. And then we pay him back, and it's not just Joel's body; it's the body of everybody that died in that infected raid that was happening at the same time Joel was being beaten.
I got a question. Was it me, Or did you underestimate just how many motherfuckers actually were infected and were still like lurking about until you saw that fucking raid? You're like, well, where the fuck are they? I felt like they kind of downplayed how many infected was around. Like, there was an apocalypse, but the way they kind of like had everybody like Jackson Hole and people still like getting their stuff or whatever the case may be in remote areas, just like, all right, most of the infected is kind of wiped out, but there's still like maybe a couple of large groups here and there. Like, but when that raid happened, it was like a good 5,000 just bum rush out of nowhere. I was like, well, where the fuck have all y'all been?
Well,
Yeah.
they were buried underneath the snow.
Right.
Yeah, it's a dangerous spot. I told Mike last week, this whole section of the infected rushing in and rushing into Jackson, that was not the game. That was a show creation. So that was the show trying to remind us, like, hey, this is a legit threat that you might have forgotten about. And maybe now that Jackson has calmed down and gone through so many years of peace, they might have, underestimated things. We saw them working on their plan in that episode to whatever happened if that did happen, but it
becomes like a fire drill at school.
Yeah,
you do it, but it's not going to fucking happen. But you do it because you do the drill just in case. Well, just in case fucking happened.
Yeah,
and despite everything they did, and they had a lot of prep work. The plan that they had went off the way they wanted it to, and it still wasn't enough. They still lost a lot of people. The wall was destroyed.
About to say they actually came out as winners in that situation, but lost a lot in that motherfucker.
It was a good reminder of this is still a major threat, and it's another thing to remind us of when Ellie and Dina leave to go get revenge. Is like, hey, it ain't just work trying to avoid Abby's group and not get shot or avoiding Fedra. There is really no safe spot once you leave Jackson.
It just reestablishes that this is a
zombie show
apocalypse. Like, there's literally danger at every angle. Anywhere you can turn, danger is lurking.
Yeah.
For sure. They did a good job. Definitely did a good job with reminding at least me of that, because I'm not gonna lie, after a while the infected started to become oh yeah, there's infected. Okay. But I want to know what's going on with Joel and Ellie. What's going on with this?
Yeah. So we see Tommy clean up. Tommy almost made me cry when he was washing up Joel when they mentioned, yeah, man. Yeah. And again, it's so funny just watching people that didn't play these games and just watching the show, and it's a whole different reaction to everything, because people were so viscerally pissed off at what they did in the game. But goddamn, people are taking it the way it needed to be taken now, which is this heartfelt, emotional loss. It's a show about loss and revenge and how choices matter, and it's
It's like I said last week. It's the same feeling as when Ned Stark died or got murdered. It's the exact same feeling where you're attached to this main character who you think, because that's just the innocence of us as watchers. Oh, he's gonna be around for a while. And nope. As soon as you get an emotional attachment to him, they take it away.
See, I want to mention something, but Mongo hasn't seen what I want to mention, so I'm not going to mention.
I promise I will watch it before next week. I promise.
Yeah.
I promise.
I want to mention something because
they're talking about Sinners. They're talking about Sinners. I haven't seen it. I want to, but I promise I'm gonna find a way to watch it before next week. I promise. Then we can talk about it, because I'm very, very. I'm so happy that movie's doing well. I really am.
It needs to.
Damn. I'm avoiding spoilers like the fucking plague. I am doing my best to send me the link, Tito. Send it to me, brother. I'll watch it tonight. I watch that shit after we get done.
That damn Pearline.
Woo!
Pearline. Good googly muggly. Good googly muggly. But
Sinners is so good. I know, man. I'm trying, Cookies. I'm trying, brother. Oh God, I'm trying. Ellie is in the hospital. She wakes up. She has these chest tubes in her, and I saw that shit, and I was like, "Oh, that brought memories back."
I was about to ask you, how did you feel, bro?
Right.
I know that was a fucking flashback and a half for you, waking up and then just seeing tubes. Like,
woke up screaming, like, "Yep, that's about right."
Dude, they got this spot on. Were they watching me during this?
I put it in our chat. I was like, I'll stop before I spoil anything from Mike because he hadn't seen it yet. I was like, chest tubes, takes me back. Takes me back. I saw somebody online the other day talking about like getting their chest tubes removed and how weird a feeling it is. It is strange if you've never had them before.
I can imagine.
It's like what you think it would feel like if you're like unclogging a drain and that kind of like, and you feel liquid. And it's strange. It's a strange feeling.
Oh God.
Yeah, I can only imagine, brother. Like,
that sounds gross.
It's gross. It's
like,
disgusting.
Like, I can feel like the string when they're pulling it out from stitches. Like, I can feel it going through my skin when they're pulling it out from stitches. So I can only imagine that you're feeling something coming out of you, like I've had like my knee drained and stuff like that, and you can feel when that fluid is being pulled out of your body. So yeah, I can. Yeah, tube. Yeah, I probably would pass out. I ain't gonna lie.
When they pulled him out the first time, they had to like make sure I was lying on one side before they had to like put something under my side to catch the fluid that was going to come out of me after they pulled him out. And it was like, this is the most disgusting thing I think I've ever been a part. Could y'all put me back to sleep for this? Could I just? I'd rather go back in a coma than have to feel this.
Like, no, thank you. No.
So she wakes up and we see her recover. It takes a little while for her to kind of be able to leave the hospital. They check on her lung. Doctor says, she has her do the little breather, little spirometer like this. It's a little different, but it's the same thing where these are the ranges of where you should be able to breathe. Up here is where you want to be. Up here is green. That's good to go. Down here is a little worrying. If it's below yellow, you gotta go to the hospital. So for a few days, I was having a heart attack. Oh, yeah. Oh, Dolores. Yeah. Yeah. So she probably blew over 350. But it's like this. So I was around here. That's about where I am right now, which is in the middle of decent and good. They probably had her around this, which would be enough to get her to leave. Before she can go, she has to see one more person, and it's the psychiatrist or the therapist. The therapist comes in, and Ellie is such a smart ass. Ellie is such a smart ass. She's like, "Oh, this bitch."
She's answering all the questions before she even gets a chance to ask them.
Yeah.
So
I feel great.
Yes, I feel guilty about Joel. Yes, I think about him. Yes, I miss him. Yes, I'm mad that the last thing I said to him was during that argument. Yes, I felt that I should have went over and talked to him when he was waiting for me. Can I go now?
Yes, that was all I was gonna add. Yeah, I guess so.
You know what?
And clearly she is not processing it well, but she doesn't want to talk. And that's I think we've all had moments in our life where shit has gone such a bad way, where maybe it's losing someone that we care about, or maybe it's something's going on at the job, or maybe it's a relationship that doesn't go well, and you just don't want to fucking talk about it.
Right.
And the last thing you want to do is be forced into a therapy session.
Right.
She's clearly not okay. She leaves the hospital, she goes home, and immediately she sees Joel's jacket outside of his room.
Oh boy, that was a whew.
Yeah.
And grabs it and smells it and just breaks down crying. Joel's bed has been taken out. The mattress is gone. And it was her first like fully coming to terms with like he's not
here.
This is it. He's no longer here. Yeah. Dina shows up, brings her some cookies and says, "All right, I got some cookies I brought you. Before I give them to you, I need you to promise you're not gonna be mad." And fellas, if your woman ever says promise you're not gonna be mad, it's always something that's gonna make you fucking furious.
Listen, blood starts boiling. As soon as I hear that, blood start percolating.
Listen, that's how I found out about one of my children. My ex-wife, we were married at the time, and came home from work. All my favorite dishes were cooked. She made everything that I love. Like, oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay. It was a fucking setup to let me know I was gonna be a daddy again.
Damn, you've ruined this food for me. You've ruined this food for me.
Bro, got me my bud, rolled it for me, had me sit down, and my man came for me, got me fresh beer, everything. And I'm like, this is my birthday or something? Nope. Set up. You gonna be a daddy.
Mm-hmm.
God forbid you want to just do something nice for me for once with no ulterior motive.
No.
Cookie says, right, I'm about to be mad because you know I'm about to be mad.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm mad. I'm mad. You know I'm going to be mad about this shit. Promise you won't get mad 0 to 100 real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, so I told you in the hospital I didn't know anything about this group.
I lied.
It was a lie. I know what the group is called. I know what the
She knew everything, my nigga. Everything. Like you didn't just lie and withhold some information. You withheld everything that they need to get these motherfuckers information.
Yep.
Their names, what they look like, what group they're in, where they were at, where they're going. Like you know everything.
Dude's like, they got social security numbers. Yeah, they got the bank routing info. You know, they got, they got all that shit.
They even got a chance
on to her later.
She even got a chance to talk to them about the extending their car warranty. She even knows about that. Like she knows all the info for these motherfuckers, and she holds him back. I'd have bust on her forehead. I ain't gonna lie.
Or throwing the cookie right in her face.
Exactly.
And your cookie's fucking drop.
Right. Just fucking hockey puck that shit right at her. Just the fuck you mean you knew this whole goddamn time? Like, yeah. Nah,
and Tommy even gets mad. Like, if you ever hold information like this from me, because she didn't tell Tommy either. If you ever hold information like this from me again, it's gonna be a serious problem. Tommy,
of all the shit to withhold,
yeah.
how you gonna withhold the information that killed Joe?
At least tell Tommy. I know the idea is like Ellie. She's in a bad situation. You don't want to like stress her out. Tell Tommy. Tommy didn't get shot. Tell Tommy. But
it's not like Joel is just some random nigga. Like the two main people are two very prominent people within the fucking goddamn society of Jackson Hole, and one is her daddy. The other it's his brother. Bitch, you gotta tell somebody. You gotta tell one of the two.
His
daughter and his brother are there. Like you gotta tell one of the two.
The whole town is like, Joel meant so much to us. He saved us so many times. It's like, yeah, the Joel that like we know is like this guy that makes a lot of hard decisions and does some pretty fucked up stuff. Wasn't the Joel that was there anymore. Like he had grown into this like a protector of the town and someone that they actually all really liked. And we see later on when they're having the vote, which is a whole other fucking thing.
Oh my god!
Which we'll get into, but I know that was going to piss people off. But yeah, so Dina says, so here's the thing. But this is all we know. I know their names. Who's the girl with the braids? The braids is Abby. She goes, that's Abby. She's the leader. This is the logo that they have, and that is the Washington Liberation Front, the WLF. It's so now we have the WLF. We've got Fedra to worry about. Whatever remains of leftover Fireflies anywhere else, whatever they've become. And we also get introduced to a different group that doesn't have a name yet, but I heard them whistle and I shat myself.
Fucking the Lego. These motherfuckers was Legolas in the crew.
Bro, anybody that played that game, they heard that whistle and their butthole puckered just a little bit. Like it was not. It was just. It's a thing. But I'm getting ahead. Dina says she's with Abby, or she's with Ellie on the idea of getting revenge. And she says, "Did you tell Jesse?" And she goes, "Fuck no, I didn't tell Jesse. You know how Jesse is with the rules. He loves that shit," which is fair. We also learn later that Jesse and Dina have gotten back together a little bit,
Right?
but it's not. Something's a little off in that relationship.
Yeah, because he knows she wants she wants to be a lesbian. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the day, it's going to be a very awkward situation to know that your girl is low key in love with her best friend, and her best friend is high key in love with her, and you're like there.
Yeah.
He's the third wheel of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
He's the cover man.
Yeah.
But it was the second episode when he knocks on the door, is like, "Hey, come on out," and she tries. He's like, "I'm Jesse. I'm sorry." And Jesse goes, "You kissed her?" No, I'm fucking with you. I already knew. I don't care. And like, he has a really oddly. It's weird how okay he is with it, and it's one of those things where like I don't think he's really as okay with it as he says he is. Type deals.
But on the other hand, you got to think about this. He kind of doesn't have a choice. It's not like he can go out and meet other fucking women.
Nope.
He kind of doesn't have a choice. It's not like they can go to the village over and mess with some chicks over there or something like that. You know, like I'm gonna go off the road and go see what these chicks over there in this complex is talking about. Nah, this is it. This is it. At the end of the day, if y'all break up, she's gonna be with somebody that you know regardless, because this is your community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are not leaving there.
Yeah. Like, there's a great chance you're gonna be an Eskimo bro to somebody.
Right.
Or in this case, an Eskimo sis. You're gonna be an Eskimo bro to somebody, and you're just gonna have to deal with it.
Right, like in that scenario, like y'all are living in free solitary confinement. There's no other place for y'all to go. That's it. Y'all are stuck. The only people that leave the compound are the fucking hunters. That's it. And even they only go to a certain range. They're not going to other people's fucking like I said, supermarkets and shit like that. There are no other people.
So they talked to Tommy, and again, Tom was like, "Dina, if you ever keep this kind of information from us again, we're gonna have words. It's gonna be a problem." He hugs Ellie like, "All right, look, I know what you want to do, and I'm with you, but we got to do this the right way. We got to go to the council. We got to vote on it because we got to, And the second you hear that, you're like, these pussies. They're they're not about to say yes to this.
Yep.
But the second he said that, you know what? First thing I thought, I was like, his wife is going to be the main one that's going to make sure it's a no.
I was wondering if he was going to secretly be voting no, but I don't think that's what happened. I think he was one of the few yeses. I think it's a pretty resounding no. I think it's like 3 people at most vote yes.
Yeah,
maybe 4. So they go to the council. The whole town's there, and people are giving their piece. The guy that went after Ellie and Dina for being lesbians stands up.
Yo, my man gave it to them. I fucks with him. He went on straight old man mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they announced the verdict, you fucking pussies. I was like, yeah, man went on straight old man mode. Like, yo, if you let them do this shit now, they're gonna get away with this bullshit and think they can do it all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking pussies. Listen, you know what? That old man proved that old man, that apology that we all thought was half-assed was actually heartfelt. He really meant it. He was like, I shouldn't have. She was like, no, it's not even the fact that I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have even thought it. I'm sorry. And he's letting them know, yo, you fucking pussies. I was like, that's my dude right there. Yo, you know what? I know what cookies means. Because in your lifetime, you're gonna come across somebody where you know they're absolutely wrong, but they still at the same time do the right thing. But you're like, they was always like, you know what, that racist motherfucker's alright. I don't like the fact that he's racist, but he alright though. He cool. He got other shit going on.
He's making some points. He's making some
points.
Right.
Racist is a motherfucker, but I fucks with him for some reason. I don't know why. Like,
Batty and Cookies were going to town on this dude when we talk about that episode. Cookies is like, you know what? He's a homophobic bastard, but damn it, he has a point. He's got a some dude stands up before him and is like, look, I'm not a religious man, but we're supposed to forgive and forget. And he's like, fuck that.
Right.
Fuck forgive and forget.
He's like, shut your soft ass up.
And he made good points. He's like, look, if we don't do anything about it, they know they can come here and do that shit again. And it's like, we might know they're not going to do that as viewers. You don't know that in the town.
Right.
You don't know why they did what they did. That's the whole thing, is they don't know shit outside of they killed Joel.
Right.
And it's exactly. It's if you forgive him, ready to shoot him, motherfucker.
Right. He's like, all right, I got something they can forgive. They can forgive these fucking hot bullets I got for their ass. That's what the fuck they can forgive.
Look, the Lord forgives. I just set up the appointment. That's what
my man right there was the dude that sang that song, Try Jesus, but don't try me, cause I fight. That was my man.
Hey, Rick Ross has an album called God Forgives, I Don't. That's
there you go.
God forgives, motherfucker, I don't.
Right.
Ellie does do what Jesse tells her, which is write down your feelings in this note, try to be articulate at the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't frame it as wanting to get revenge. She frames it as, we need to live in a world that still believes in justice.
Mm-hmm.
And what's right is right and wrong is wrong. There's forgiveness, and then there's just letting someone get away with not just a murder, a fucking torture and murder. Like, that's the, old times that you're in prison, in the right state, you're in the fucking electric chair. Like, it's stuff like that is that's how Ellie's trying to paint it, even though really what she's wanting is, I want to kill this bitch. I want to make her feel this shit.
I wonder how Ellie's gonna wind up feeling when she finds out why Abby did what she did. Because right now, like you said, no one knows why they killed Joel. It's just, to them, it's just a random fucking set of raiders.
Yeah.
It's just a random set of raiders. You know what I mean? So that's why Ellie is definitely on some, I want that. Yeah, she damn sure did. You should have said, Loki might be dead ass watching Last of Us. I don't know what it is about the show. Something about the show definitely grabs her attention where she's sitting there just looking. I think it may be the noise of the clickers that gets her attention, and she's like just sitting there. Okay, what the fuck is this going on? What is you watching in here, nigga? Like, this is weird. Like, yeah, she is. You let a fucking plastic bag blow past her in the wind and see if she gonna try to take off down the fucking block. Yes, she fucking is. Yes, she is. You stop your foot too hard while she's sleeping and see if she won't jump up like fucking Abbott and Costello, like a Looney Tune character, legs moving mad fast, not going anywhere. Like, yes, she is. Yes, she is. She ain't about that life. She's spoiled.
So the vote is 3. Tommy probably said yes.
I think Jesse said yes too.
I was about to ask, do y'all think Jesse said yes or no? So you think Jesse said yes?
I think Jesse said yes.
Said no.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah.
I think Jesse just wants it to be over and done with.
Nah, I think Jesse takes too much pride in his job. And he took pride in his quote unquote platoon and squadron. And Joel was a part of that squadron and led part of the squadrons with him when he was giving out details and stuff like that. So I think part of him wants to get revenge for Joel. I
think he said no because, like Ellie alluded to, and Dina, like, oh, Mr. Wyoming, Mr. Go by the rules? No. And I don't know if it was the last episode or episode 1 where they were like, you know, you're going to run this town one day. Like, he's pretty much the protege of Tommy.
Yeah.
And because we know what Tommy is, Tommy has to look out for the citizens of Jackson. And that's what Jesse's doing. He's literally being his protege. So I think he's like, look, I get it, but we got to look after these people too. Like, yeah, but he loves his job.
He does. You're 500% right on that. But at the same time, with the fact of him thinking about protecting Jackson, he also has the same mentality as old man that shouted at the crowd. We can't allow them.
Jesse has some loyalty to. He's a loyal person, and I think that overcomes sometimes his loyalty for. Like he's loyal to the town, dedicated to the town, but I think what we're going to learn is he's putting his relationships with Dina and even Ellie over things, and that might come back to bite him. Maybe not. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe Mike's right.
Listen, he's the one that gave her the advice about writing it down so that way she can clearly articulate it. Because think about it.
He did.
He didn't have to say that. He could have let her go up there and ramble and be loud, rambunctious Ellie, knowing that she'd have been turned away immediately because of that. He's the one that said, "Hey, listen, they can think."
Yeah. That when they were doing that, he was also the one to notice that Ellie's right side is still weaker than she wants people to realize when she's hitting that heavy bag.
Yeah.
Like, all right, hey, 5 more times on the right. Well, that side hurts. I know, that's why you're doing 5 more times on the right side. Like he's preparing her maybe a little bit. So anyway, the vote is 8-3. After that, there's a baseball game. Did y'all fucking expect them to have goddamn T-ball?
I told you what that T-ball was. That T-ball is the equivalent of a goat tied to a tree waiting for the monster to come out as bait. They got these kids playing T-ball out there as bait for the infected so they can pick them off one by one from a sniper's range. Hey, little Jimmy, come out there and play T-ball. Yep. Here he comes right now. Pow! Yeah, I got me one. Like, they using this team. And then the only fan you got out there is the drunk therapist.
Bro, Tommy walks up and says, "Hey, can I sit here?" He grabs a beer out of the cooler and just sits down. This is where I was like, did Tommy vote no? But no, he didn't. I don't think he did.
No,
they talk it over, and she's like, you know what she's gonna do. You know what she's thinking. Yeah, she's trying to figure out like what he can do to stop either stop what's about to happen or try to make Ellie maybe think about this a bit more. But they both know it's too late for that. Dina shows up and tells Ellie, hey, 3 a.m., meet me here. We're gone. Just pack all the stuff, the clothes you're going to need, wear them all at once.
Dina made up for holding back with information because she came up with a whole ass plan. Because she knew Ellie was just going to be on some Rambo, throw some fucking guns in a book bag and raw, storm the brigade. Like, Dina came up with a whole ass plan. Like, nah, we're gonna need this. This is how we're gonna carry it. This is how we're gonna move. This is what you're gonna bring.
I think there's a part that if we just backtrack a little bit to the interaction between Tommy and Gina. Hey, listen, not Tommy and and she pretty much said, look, well, Tommy and Gail, I'm sorry. And Gail pretty much said, look, she's a liar.
Right.
And when she said that, I was like, yep, there we go. Because the thing with this show is they try to draw you in to make sure, oh, these are good people.
No, they're not.
They're not good people. Ellie's a fucking liar. She was going to do that shit regardless. Regardless if she got approval or not. Her entitled mindset is to get revenge for Joe. She may care about some of the people, Jackson. You think she care about everybody? Hell nah.
Right. She cared about Dina and Joe.
That girl is apprehensive and defensive by nature, and rightfully so. But she was going to do that shit regardless.
Absolutely.
And Gil called her out for it. Like, no, she's a fucking liar.
As they are getting ready to go, we actually cut to that group, this balding, all bald group of these people that have these like scars on their mouths, kind of like these, but like
fucking Assassin's Creed.
Even this little girl who's next to like the leader, she has these fresh scars on her face. They all have the same ones. And it's like, oh, there's a prophet. Oh, this is a cult. Okay, this is a cult, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't the prophet
that's using bow and arrows?
Yeah.
Like
it's quieter than a gun. Doesn't attract the infected. Makes sense.
It does, but shit, like the way the infected come, you gotta have like rapid fire bow and arrow action to stop a raid of infected, yo. Like
you said, you got to be shooting that shit like Legolas, just fucking
right.
Five arrows at
once. You got to be like this, like quick with it to get the like. Come on, like, boy, that's gonna take a little much. Like none of y'all got a little 9, little 2.5, little deuce hiding in your boot. Nothing. Like all just bow and arrows and chains and rocks. Like, don't get me wrong, those are timeless fucking weapons that will always be efficient. But are they sometimes? Sometimes a gun is necessary. Mm-hmm. And I think in times like this, guns is necessary.
Like,
not a gun.
If Jack Hole had bow and arrows instead of guns when that infected posse showed up, they'd have been all.
Oh, these niggas have been dead.
Yeah, there's no like they're required. But I guess if you're traveling light and trying to stay hidden, maybe. But yeah, so they're walking around and this little girl says, why doesn't the prophet help us? Well, the prophet's been dead for 10 years. Yeah, but can't they? No, they're not all powerful. They're able to tell us the future and how to do these things. It's like, who the fuck is the prophet? What is this shit about? And this is really the only thing we get about them, because later on, Dina and Ellie, I'm getting ahead. Before Dina and Ellie leave, they're met by, of all people,
man shouts at the clouds, baby.
He gets them prepared, gets the horse out for them, gives them some food for the road. He even tries to shake Ellie's hand. After a while, Ellie's like, all right. And they shake hands.
He trades guns with him.
Man is for the cause.
Right.
That's an ally right there. He is ready for the shits.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. Fucking pussies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it.
It was I fucking love that guy. I love the actor too. I think the actor does a great job of like this guy, this old man, kind of struggling with his opinions and views and trying to like adjust. Change your heart or die. That's right. That's right. Change your heart or die. And he's trying to make up for what he said, but I think he's like, they're right. They're right, and somebody's got to help them. And fuck, it's gonna be me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
I was like, who the fuck's gonna? Because Dina said I have someone that's gonna help us out. Who is it gonna? I did not expect it to be him. But even Ellie has to like. She's kind of taking side shots, and Dina's like, Ellie. After all, it's time. We got it's
like let it go.
Let it go.
That was months ago. Like it's he's already apologized. He's helping us here.
Right. Like
Chill
let
out.
it go.
Ooh, like Ellie is. Ooh, she can hold a grudge, can't she?
I mean, listen, when you got a forehead that big, you can get a lot of time to think about shit. And that shit is sitting in there, one of them thoughts. So
they leave at 3 a.m. middle of the night. I can't remember exactly how far they get before they stop for the night. They get in a tent and they have a nice little, talk about the kiss. And Della's like, yeah, but you were high. I was drunk. It didn't mean anything, right? And Dina's trying to like put the moves on her a little bit. And Ellie's just like, Ellie's about as dense as every middle school and high school boy is when it comes to girls dropping hints on them.
No, Ellie's not. No, Ellie's not.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
No, Ellie's not. No,
She
Ellie's
knows
not.
that Dina is toxic as a motherfucker.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. The problem is
toxic.
Ellie also is. She's literally in a conundrum. Do you risk ruining the best friend relationship that you have if it goes sour?
Mm-hmm.
Like she's literally like exactly Cookies. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly Cookies. It's like she knows that Dina is, and the thing about it is too, Ellie genuinely loves her.
Mm-hmm.
With Dina, she doesn't know if it would be a fling type thing.
Mm-hmm. Like Dina, because she admits it. She's like, look, I'm going back to Jesse. So if this is how you know she's toxic, because she's having her cake and eat it too. If it don't work out with Jesse, I got some coochie right here. If this coochie don't work right here, I got some dick over here. So this toxic little heifer.
Right.
Yeah, and like I feel like Ellie, in a sense, is like, damn, should I just friend zone her just cause? Like I love her, but I probably got a friend zone her. Because she don't know what she truly wants.
That's what it is. And Ellie wants the minute that they get together to actually mean something.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to.
They're not on the road going for vengeance. Maybe,
or even if they are on the road going for vengeance, she wants the emotion and behind it to be genuine.
Yeah.
Like she knows Dina is teasing her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she was. And I've seen this move be played before. Like, where would you rank that kiss? Scale of 1 to 10. How that's 6. A 6, I can do better than that. Like that's her trying to get, that's like
another kiss opportunity. Mm-hmm. See me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd have been like, man, that shit was a 2.
He's like, 6 is fine. 6 is good. A 6 sucks.
Listen, we said it in the chat. They're gonna get that next kiss, and it's gonna be when Dina ass is dying.
Yep.
and and Ellie's gonna say, "I ranked that one a 10." That's what
Like,
the
damn,
fuck is gonna happen.
Your best kiss with a dead chick. God damn.
Right.
Like, damn, every time I kiss a bitch, they die. God damn. This is bullshit. This just sucks.
Like, Ellie, you literally got the kiss of death.
I'm curious. So I remember when we watched Game of Thrones, and we watch Arya grow up, and then she has like a sex scene in the last 3 episodes. When this happens with Ellie, whenever it happens, if they do it, are we gonna feel the same way?
I don't. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think we had more time with Arya as a young girl.
Yeah.
So really, like Ellie was only like a season.
Yeah.
And now she's supposed to be like, I think 20 or 21 in story.
Yeah.
19, I think, in the game, but 20 or 21 in the story.
Yeah. Arya was like our niece. Like, no, hell no.
We watched her grow.
Right.
We watched her grow. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Ellie is really playing her character. I don't know if she is in real life or not as a member of the LGBTQ community. She's really playing. She's playing this character. So it's like almost like she is identifying as it's sad that we still feel this way as growing up, but it's looked at. You don't get mad when your son tells you he has his first kiss, but you get mad when your daughter does. Your son tells you he likes a girl, it's like, that's my boy. Your daughter tells you she likes a boy, you're like, hey, you don't like no goddamn little boys. So I feel like in this situation, Ellie is the son, Arya is the daughter. So like when Ellie gets it, it's gonna be like, that's my boy. Like you worked hard for that, my boy. And then like with
she's non-binary and goes by they them, but doesn't care what pronouns are. Okay. All right. So yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be honest. That's an old school way of thinking, and it's wrong. But I feel like that's kind of how a lot of people are going to see the situation.
Okay. All right. I was just remembering like the way we all, because y'all weren't like, we weren't doing this for Game of Thrones when it happened, but y'all like our reaction when that scene happened. And it was a chat of like 6 people, and everyone was like, "No, fuck no! What, young lady? Put your clothes back on!"
Like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?
What Patrick's ass? What the fuck? Are you doing?
To stomp his ass out. Like
we all sitting there writing. Ned Stark would be rolling in his fucking grave right now if he knew this shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? And the fact that she's the one that initiated it. Oh, that really pissed us off.
Oh yeah.
Like such a little fast tail ass down somewhere. The hell is wrong with you? Like,
what do you mean you want some dick? Nope.
Over
my dead body.
Get your ass down. Fuck wrong with you, little girl? I don't give a fuck how grown your ass think you are. You ain't grown enough for that shit.
What was funny about it was like I was like, I wonder if anybody else feels that way. And the entire reaction the whole internet had was the exact same. If you don't get your fucking clothes back on and get that goddamn Desmond,
Arya Stark had over 17 million uncles that she didn't even know about because we all had the same reaction. I'm gonna kill a little motherfucker. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill the boy. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh god. So Ellie and Dina, they get up and they're continuing to travel, and then they find a body on the road. Like, all right, this is an infected. What is this? And no, it is not. It is not infected. It is Ashley and Fresh Prince. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my god.
Campbell. Like, what the?
Oh my god.
Get your lips off of her.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with you? Get your goddamn lips off.
We were all Will or Uncle Phil at that moment. That was a whole ass thing. We were all exactly Tina. We were all Uncle Phil, Carton, and Will. What they find is the bot. Sorry, go ahead.
I would say, Tito, I'm at the age now where my daughters are grown women. Okay? I have grown women for daughters. They're in their 20s, grown as women. And I know that they have boyfriends who are at the point where they're talking about possibly maybe wanting to marry my daughters. As a father, do you know one of the weirdest things in the world is realizing that you are at an age where you're about to be a grandfather? And then you got to think about it. Oh, I'm happy. Wait a minute. You did what to my daughter to give me this beautiful grandbaby? I'm gonna kill your ass. Like it's. Know what I mean? Like it's. When you think about it, it's ridiculous. Like, you want me to get happy that you did what? That's my daughter.
It's like, I just wanted to let you know that we're trying. Did you just tell me that you're
raw dogging my kid? You telling me you're raw dogging my daughter, nigga? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Don't tell me you're draining your nuts into my child. What the fuck is wrong? Don't tell me.
How dare you produce this beautiful grandbaby of mine?
Right. Like,
I've always seen that as like low key insulting. Like, by the way, sir, I'm railing the shit out of your daughter. No problem. What the fuck?
Bang bang bang.
Yo, like I didn't get it.
Come on.
Like I didn't understand. Like I heard somebody say that when I was younger, before I became a dad, and it never really clicked or anything like that. Now that I have nothing but daughters, and that could be a possibility coming up in life, like very soon, with my daughters being in their 20s, like they're at the age where that could, like, they could strongly do whatever the hell they want. They're grown women. So it's like, you want me to what? Be happy you did what? Nah, fuck out of here, yo. Nah. Like,
and then they're smiling at you with the big ass grin. You're like, what the fuck are you smiling at?
Like, little motherfucker. He's standing there. He'll be standing there smiling ear to ear. We're trying. Hopefully, we'll get something soon. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I swear. If I might punch him in the throat if that shit ever happens. I might punch him in the throat if that shit ever happens. Like, what the fuck you say to me, nigga? Like
did you just come into my house and tell me you're draining nugs into my dog? What the fuck is happening? What is wrong?
I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Like, I'm somebody get punched in the throat. I promise you.
I'm just imagining like seeing that in like a jail report, like a man punches his son-in-law over family dispute. Like, what was the dispute? Oh no, he was in the right. No, free that man. He was in the right.
Right. Oh, that's Kenny. Yeah. We got his bail.
We'll put it together. We'll set up a GoFundMe.
Right. Like, that is some shit you got to deal with.
I didn't even think about that. He was like an all-girl dad. Like, oh my god, that is Kenny.
Yeah.
I gotta pray for you every day. I swear to God. The bullshit you're having to deal with. Oh my god.
You wonder why he smokes all the weed he smokes. Brother, fucking girl dad.
Brother, I don't blame him. Are you kidding me? I've been doing the same shit. I remember when I my first like girl cousin like got to the point where she started dating, and we went to on a family vacation. And I brought a friend with us, and for the first time, she like wears like this skimpy ass bikini that are like somebody got her, and my friend dead ass went as she turned around, and I popped him in the face.
Yeah, right. Like, what are you looking at, my boy? Like, fuck is you looking at, my boy? Like, yeah, like, don't get it twisted. I'm still like, Like
I will bury
like
you in the sand before the tide shows up. It's not. You ain't gonna make it.
Hey,
Yes,
I'm gonna
absolutely.
lie. One of the proudest moments I have as a big brother is when my sister was like, "Yeah, I have no interest in having kids." I'm like, "Whoo," because I don't want to meet the motherfucker who could potentially be the father of my niece or nephew. Thank God I ain't got to worry about that. My sister's
Bro.
like, "Yep, kid, me,
Yeah.
kids."
It's weird hearing like friends say, "Yeah, we're pregnant." I'm like, now that's an image in my head. That's great. Thanks. That's
Right.
to hear a family member say it, I'd shoot myself. I think I would have.
Bro, that's something every father of a daughter has to come to a realization to at one point in their life. And when that realization comes to your mind, the only thing you think of, I'm gonna punch this motherfucker in the face. that's when you realize just how fucking violent you can be. Because you like, nah, that's my fucking daughter. Nah, I'm gonna punch you dead in your motherfucking face, bro. Don't you ever in your life come to me asking me for my daughter hand in marriage. Fuck out of here. That means you want to live and do nasty shit with her. Because I'm doing it to her mama. Nah, fuck out of here. Nah, nigga, that's my daughter. Nah, like, like it.
Thank you, Cookies. Thank you, Cookies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like, it's the truth. Like, you gotta come to that realization, and it's like, nah, fuck out of here, bro. Like, nah, like,
We got sidetracked a little bit.
But I think that was a discussion that needed to be held. I think that was a discussion that needed to be held. I think a lot of our viewers probably had that same feeling and thought they had no safe space. Here you are. UTR is your safe space. Okay.
if your daughter's boyfriend ever says that shit to you, before you go to jail, come to us. We'll help. We'll find somebody for you. I promise.
Right. We'll help you.
Somebody knows some kind of lawyer. We'll figure something out. I
Oh
promise.
yes.
Shit.
I'm the one that knows the lawyer, which is why I don't mind throwing the first punch.
He's like, motherfucker, I'm already prepared.
Damn sure is. I already know what his fee gonna be. So let me get this in right now.
Here's a check just for next time. Just go ahead. He's Randy Orton that shit. This is $5,000 for the last time.
It's called keeping him on retainer. That's what it's called. So try
anyway. So they're back on the road. They see this body on the ground. It's one of the members of that group. I hesitate to say so that it is going to be an important group later on. They have a name. I'm hesitant to say the name because I don't know if that's going to be like a big thing later, so I'm not going to say it. But
wasn't it that whole group that?
Yes, the whole group we saw earlier. So they find they're like, oh, did the clicker get them? Did the infected get them? No, those are rounds from multiple different kinds of guns.
Yeah.
So they were just mowed down, and then Dina goes into the side of the woods, comes back out puking her guts out. Are you okay? Just go look. Go look. And real quick, she was talking before about being with Jesse. This is a side thing. This is just a guess. I think they're going to do something here about how she's back with Jesse. Things are weird. And the puking could be because it was a shocking sight.
Or she's fucking pregnant.
Or somebody's
daddy got that fucking conversation going on right now. With Jesse ass. Jesse sitting there smiling. Surprise, Dad. Fuck you call me?
He's like, Jesse.
See how this all ties in? See, we did go off the rails. It all ties the fuck in.
Right came back together. That's how we are, UTR, baby. We keep that shit in perspective.
Fucking pregnant. She said something
about Jesse like being distant. Like, well, I mean, shit. If you just surprise that man with a fucking baby, it might be why he's distant. It might be the problem. I don't know. I just thought about it So, Daddy's like, of course she's pregnant.
Right, she's a hoe. We know this.
Apocalyptic skeezer.
Right. And gonna sit there and probably lie to Ellie and tell Ellie is hers.
Right.
How? This is your baby, Ellie. Excuse the fuck, no the fuck it ain't. I don't see how it is.
Ellie's looking down, looking up, looking down, looking up. I know 2 + 2 is 4. I don't know what this math is, but it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Ellie's sitting there like, I had nothing to do with this. This was all you and Jesse. This is like she gonna try to pull pull a Jenny and Forrest Gump. Like Jenny came back with a whole baby, like she wasn't out there fucking the entire.
It's yours, Forrest. How do you know? That's a good ass question, Forrest. How does she know? That's a really good question.
Right.
No, Kenny. It's like that girl, the gymnast in American Dad that thought he could get pregnant just by kissing. I knew it was wrong, Steve, but I kissed you anyway, and now I'm gonna have a baby.
You're gonna what? I'll be a dad. Oh dear God, no! He's dragging me up the stairs.
It's so slow. It's taking so long.
Where is he taking me? The suspense. No. That's exactly what that is. You didn't know my Steve being scared impression was so good, did you?
You have a surprisingly good Steve impression. I did not know that. Holy shit. Why have you been hiding that for so long? God damn.
A couple of, gotta razzle dazzle you every now and then. You can't give away all my secrets.
That's the exact way you said. God, holy shit, that was good. Ellie goes over and sees the group of people that were walking around the cult. You even see the little girl by the guy she was with. They're all shot dead.
That's what I want to ask. What made? Okay, now that we established that she was pregnant, all right, now it makes sense. Because I was about to say, like,
I'm just guessing. I'm assuming she was pregnant. It's just a wild theory.
Nah, fuck that. I'm going with that. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with right now.
Right, we got fucking Rambo, Ellie, and pregnant Dina here trying to get a fucking
going on a fucking revenge tour. Fucking Thelma and Louise in the like yo, it because you know what? Now that we said that could be a possibility, it makes sense. Because I was always like, why did she throw up over there with those bodies, but was okay with seeing this body? Was it because it was a child there? But she's never seen a dead. If she's never seen a dead child, then okay, I can understand her throwing up at the sight of that.
Well, she would have had to, I think, at some point with this kind of apocalypse. You think?
I'm about to say, I'm pretty sure you've killed a child clicker at some point.
I'm pretty sure the clicker they killed in the first episode of this season was like a child, the little weird fast one.
Right. So yeah, it was.
So like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to put two together on that one. But the little girl is dead. The whole crew is dead. Who? Because after this we see Fedra up in Seattle, and it's now like more run down than before. There's like all these. Where the fuck are they getting gas for these trucks? Is my question. I don't. What do you mean you have enough gas to get tanks and fucking military vehicles just roaming the street? Whatever. This makes me question who killed them, because when we first see them, they're talking about the whistles and how. What does that whistle mean? That means all clear, no
enemy.
Like, and then at the end of it, you hear another whistle and everybody hide now, get in the woods, hide. So what did they see, or who did they see, and who saw them? Who do y'all think killed them?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like out of a random out the blue, I'm like, it's probably like that group of 2 or 3 clickers who are still brain intelligent that know how to probably use a rifle or something like that.
That would be fucking
Ooh.
terrifying. If a
Yeah,
zombie or whatever knew how to use a gun, I'd be, oh my God.
it'd be like
Jesus.
what you call it? It'd be like the what you call it, the Ice King. With the rest of the like, he's the one that still knows how to do real shit. I I don't know, Betty. I
You think it's
don't
Abby's
know.
group? I don't know if that was the kind of vibe they gave off though. Like
Right, like they
they
really didn't
wanted,
even want to kill Joe. They just kind of
yeah,
wanted to just beat him up. They didn't
yeah,
want to kill him.
because they were talking about like trying to get people off when they leave Jackson to interrogate him. They're like, yeah, but if we do that, we'd have to possibly kill them, and like they didn't want to hurt anybody else. Really, they even put Dina to sleep so she wouldn't have to be knocked out by a fucking gun butt to the face.
Right.
You know, the only reason that they kicked the shit out of Ellie is because Ellie slashed one of those guys in the face and he got a little excessive. Um,
Mm.
so I don't know if it's Abby's group. I'm not sure. I
Yeah.
think maybe another sect of the Fireflies that became maybe, but like as far as that group specifically, I don't think they would just mow people down like that. And it wasn't like it was like a self-defense thing. They were slaughtered. There was nobody else but that group there.
Yeah.
Like we didn't see a body with fucking arrows in them. You know, it was just that group. So I was thinking maybe it was Fedra. That was my guess. But
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
those were the only type of dickheads that were rolling around on some, we want to take over this, we want to take over that, which is why Bill and Frank had that fucking compound set up with booby traps the way they did to stop them from getting around Fedra.
Yeah, because when they left Bill's town with the like, oh, we're going to a safe space. We see, in present day, they brought those people into a ravine to kill them and dump the bodies.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it feels like a Fedra thing to me, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Fedra assholes anyway. ACAB. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I think
walk like a duck, quack like a duck, and look like a duck. Might be a duck.
might be a fucking duck. That's damn right.
Because I don't think it was any infected, because we would have seen bite marks and shit like that, and I think it is Fedra. Yeah. Yeah.
We got no choice.
And we have no choice because we haven't seen them in a while. So here are they making their comeback into the scene. It's like, oh yeah, oh shit. We still gotta deal with them too. So we gotta deal with clickers and bloaters.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta deal with
little fast ass things, whatever the fuck those were.
Yeah.
Those smart ass zombies, the smart ass infected. We gotta deal with the wolves. Up and now, as soon as you forgot, here comes the old Fedra back in town.
Yeah, because the end of that episode was them showing Fedra in Seattle. I was like, I think that's just them saying it's Fedra. I think there are a lot of other groups that are in the game that they haven't been introduced yet. So I'm not trying to like say, oh, I think it's this because this. I just looking at the show and what happened. It feels like that's what it is, but that's just a guess. I was just curious what.
First of all, it kind of has to be, because other than like Jackson Hole, they would be the only people to have access to that many different type of arsenal.
Yeah, and their whole thing is rule with an iron fist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw that in like the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
How hardcore they are and how strict they are, and if you slightly go out of line, they'll just shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would not surprise me that they would slaughter a religious group nonetheless. So it's the complete opposite of them. And just mow them down and just keep it moving. So yeah, I think we're all in agreement that it's Fedra.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Okay. All right. That about wraps up episode 3. So wolves don't have the fireflies kind of artillery anymore, and that was your guerrilla group anyway. Yeah, that's the thing about the fireflies and the wolves is they're not loaded down like a government agency. It's guerrilla tactics and things. I said guerrilla tactics, and I automatically think of that fucking theme song. But yeah. They play that shit every time the wolves pop up. Guerrilla tactics. But yeah, how y'all feeling about the season right now? How Kenny, since you haven't been on here this season yet, I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Mike every episode. Predictions for what happens next. Who's next to die? Do you think Abby survives until the end of the season?
Okay.
And Mike, same for you.
What's going to happen next? I do believe Dina and Ellie are going to actually make it back to the Abby's group's compound before Abby gets there.
Okay.
I do believe that. So they're going to do some snooping. Next up to die is the whore of Babylon, Dina.
You're riding on that 10 out of 10 kiss scene to be like the tear-jerking moment.
That's the end right there, baby. That's the end right there. Hey, the whore of Babylon is next. You know, sure, this one man can satisfy her. She needs more wood for the fire. So, so does Abby make it to the end of the season? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got a feeling something is going to wind up happening where we're going to wind up getting on the Abby bandwagon, and the point of view of the story is going to shift from being from Ellie's point of view to Abby's point of view.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I feel like that may be, I don't know if there's going to be a next season, but it's definitely going to be towards the end of this season. So yeah, I think Abby makes it to the end of the season.
Okay. All right. Mike, what you thinking about the next episode?
Oh boy. Well, as we see at the end of this episode, yeah, there's a little bit more than just those 6 wolves that Ellie saw kill Joe. They have a whole fucking army. So yeah, hence my tagline. Ellie and Dina, they're in some trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And another theme that is highlighted in this episode is youthful exuberance and arrogance, because there's 2 of them, and they're thinking, because they say it throughout the episode, you know, may not be a lot of them. Well, it's going to be a lot less of them now as they're preparing to leave. And then you see, once we get to Seattle, and once they get there, we see, oh no, these motherfuckers all got a militia.
Mm-hmm.
They are ready. Like, this ain't no small group of about 10, 20, even 50. No, these are hundreds of these motherfuckers marching up and down Seattle. There's 2 of you, 500 of them.
You ain't ready.
Nope. You're not ready like you think you are.
But to go home and be a mama. That's what you about to be.
Like you
I,
think
I I can only think of one other person that would be a showstopper. That would be such a twist to kill Abby if it isn't Ellie. One other person that we would probably that low key was down on the revenge tip, but didn't vote. Actually, maybe one of the yeses, since there was only three. But I want Mike to finish his thought. Then I'll say that. Then I'll say who I think it is.
Yeah.
they are in trouble. They're about to get hit with a wave. They're because they think they're prepared, but no, they're not. Um, I think Dina does die because, of course, they try to draw us into this love story, and they're going to yank it from us as soon as we get invested into it. So yeah, Dina's definitely out of here. Um, I think there's going to be a confrontation between Abby and one of her members. They've kind of slowly alluded to that. I forget the girl's name, but I think Abby's going to kill her.
Don't just stop calling her pregnant, Dina.
And I actually like Kenny's theory. I really like it because I could definitely see them towards the end of this season shifting more towards Abby's point of view of things and seeing her side of it and seeing why she is the way she is. So, because it's very obvious that the two main characters moving forward are Ellie and Abby.
Mm-hmm.
We're in season 2. We're seeing Ellie's perspective, so I can definitely see them making a switch and going and start to focus more so on Abby's perspective of things as to how she got to where she was, and over these past few years, the steps that she had to take to get to where she is now. How did she have to survive through this apocalypse? How did she meet these people? How did she meet the wolves? So, listen, I'm just, man, it's about to go down. Like it's already started, but it's really about to go down now. And I can't wait.
I think it's interesting that y'all mentioned that y'all think we're going to see her perspective because we've already done that in the first episode. And the second one, where we saw her side of things and her conversations with people. It's not really a spoiler to say this, because I told Mike last week. Kenny, immediately after Joel's death in the game, you were given control of Abby.
Oh.
So half the game is you experiencing Abby's life up until this moment, and then they try to get you to like understand
reason with Abby to understand why she did what she did.
The reason I think they played it better in the show is in the game you didn't know who the fuck Abby was or why she did that to Joel until after it already happened. Whereas in the show, the first thing we see in season 2 is Abby and her group mourning their losses, and you know their reason ahead of time. So you still want to see her die, but at least you're like, Joel's decisions come back to bite him in the ass. Whereas in the game, it's, who the fuck is this? I don't want to side with who this. Yeah.
Okay. But I think our mystery third yes, because I think we both said Tommy and Jesse said yes. Mystery third yes is Tara. Well, I keep calling her Tara. I forget her name on the show. I call her Tara because the first time I saw her was on True Blood when she played Tara Thornton, Tommy's wife.
Yeah, Maria. Yeah,
Maria. I think Maria is the third yes, and I think Maria would be the one that is going to eventually kill Abby.
Interesting. Okay.
Because she's usually
I think Maria is going to have to. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Because she's usually the one who openly opposes Tommy and what he wants to do. And I think the whole town knows that Tommy is going to be on the yes wave and wants to revenge his brother or whatever the case may be. So it's like it would be expected of Tommy. But to find out that Maria is actually the one that's like, nah, I'm with the shits. Let's off her. Bang, and she's the one to do it. I think that would have them going, oh, okay, maybe we didn't know this character like we thought we knew her. There's a whole different side to Maria that we don't know about. Like, she already has their respect as like damn near the first lady of the town. But I think that's going to probably put her up to an even higher status level when that happens.
All right. Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting pick. Okay. Because, she is going to need to become more important as we go on, as are a lot of the townsfolk, I think. I'm sure we're going to go back to Jackson at some point while Ellie and Dina are gone. I'm sure there's more we're going to hear about Tommy and Maria and a lot of others. So, yeah. But overall, this is a great fucking show. The season has... I'm glad that it didn't harbor the same reaction, which is death threats for no reason because people are fucking idiots. Instead, it was treated as it should have been treated, which is it was an important character death that led to what we're dealing with now. And like Mike says every week, shit's hitting the fan. And I'm very excited. I know Batty asked if there were more groups we haven't seen yet. Yes, there are. I hesitate to say more, but yeah, there are some things that are happening that we're not getting the full view of just yet. It's going to be a hell of a season. I can't wait for more. That's going to wrap us up for today. We really appreciate y'all joining us. If you want to see any of us talk about anything, wrestling related, we are the Under the Ring podcast. We usually cover professional wrestling of all types. WWE, AEW, TNA wrestling are our main focuses. We are at facebook.com/Under the Ring Pod and twitch.tv/Under the Ring Pod. We usually are live Monday through Wednesday, 6-ish. Unless we do a live reaction to any shows that are on. And then Thursdays are our regular pod, 9-ish, where we cover the week's news. We usually do predictions for pay-per-views, and we do game shows when we're bored and I want to torture somebody. You can also get us at our personal links at linktree/Under the Ring Pod and fingertip/Under the Ring Pod. You go to either one of those, you're going to see where we are at online. I am at Greg Bush SK on Twitter and just Greg Bush on Blue Sky. Kenny is at Rock Ribs 44. We've got Mike Ciampa at Mr. Freshbeard. And fuck it, this is our show, so those are the only ones that I'm showing. If you want to get that link on this show, show up. So, until next time, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. Watch Last of Us tomorrow night and be ready for to talk about it next Saturday. It's going to be intense. Until then, have a great weekend. Do the dawn.
Hey, have a good weekend, folks. Don't get it. Have a good weekend, folks.
Don't forget to see Sinners. Don't forget to see Sinners also. Don't forget to see Sinners also.
Yes.
We should do a Sinners talk. We'll talk about it later. Y'all have a great weekend, folks. Peace.
Have a good one.